So what I was saying is for today, we are going to be doing a little bit different than we usually have been doing, okay? We are going to be using our PowerPoint view a lot today, okay? I do not have the PowerPoint slides printed out in front of me, so we are going to try to do that today. So we do have plans for today, 2 projects. We are going to be doing an animation project, and we're also going to be doing an enemy version game, okay? All right, guys, so we are gonna get started for today's project. We are going to be using these 4 characters, okay? And you are going to be importing a backdrop of your choice. Now, the one that they did use, let me go back a little bit, hold on. They did use that wall backdrop. I am going to use that wall backdrop for mine, but if you guys want to use something different, you're more than welcome to do that as well. So just give me a second. So the first thing we need to do is we do need to delete that cat. So we do not need our cat for this. So we are going to delete that cat. All right, so I'm going to start first, guys, with the backdrop to make that easier on me. And I am going to use that wall number 2, I believe it is. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It is wall number 1. So I'm going to be using that backdrop. And I am also going to go to the top of the backdrop and delete that blank one, just so I have one backdrop. Now, the directions are stating that you guys are allowed to use whatever backdrop of your choice. So you can use whatever one you want for that. All right, now that I have the backdrop, I am going to start to get some of those characters. I'm just going to go back for a second just so I'm able to remember which ones they are. It is going to be Bunny's friends, Bunny, Egg, and there is going to be Ghoul. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to look for my fantasies. Now, the one that they used, I believe it is Pico. Okay, Pico is going to be my Bunny's friend. So I'm going to rename Pico to say Bunny's friend, just so I know that this is going to be our Bunny's friend in our version of our game. So I did rename it just like the PowerPoint. So I'm just going to give you guys a second to do that. That one was pretty easy. Now, Pico is that character, okay, guys? Pico is that character. We're also going to have Bunny. Now, Bunny, I believe, is, let's see, Nano, okay? Now, Bunny, if you guys look at the PowerPoint, there is some drawn ears on there. If you guys want to do those drawing ears, you would be able to draw those, that extra feature in there as well. I'm not going to do that for mine, but I am going to be changing that to say Bunny. Okay, instead of Nano, I am renaming it to say Bunny. So I am going to now do my Ghoul, and then I'm going to do my eggs. Now, in our eggs, we are going to have to duplicate them, guys. Now, if you want to duplicate them now, that is fine. Otherwise, you are going to be able to do that later on, okay? Because there is going to be a part that we are going to need to duplicate them. Just going to get to that part. Yes, okay, guys? We are going to be duplicating 5 eggs. So if you want to do all 5 now, you're more than welcome to do that now, or when we get to that part, you guys can do that as well. So guys, I am going to be doing my Ghoul for the next one. So I'm going to include my Ghoul. I believe it's in that fantasy section. Now, let me see one more time. I don't remember on the top. Okay. I think it's Tara. Yes. Tara is going to be that one. Okay. So that is going to be your Ghoul. And they named it Ghoul 3. So I'm just going to change that as well to follow along. Ghoul 3. Okay. Just so I'm able to follow along with the PowerPoint on there. Okay. Or you guys can call it Bunny's enemy. Either one of those guys can work, okay? I'm just going to keep it as a Ghoul. And the last part is going to be that drawing of those eggs. Now, I'm going to be using that option to draw this. Now, you can put those polka dots to make it fancy. Now, remember, you are going to have to duplicate 5 eggs. Okay, so there is going to be 5. You can start by using just 1. If you want to save a step and do all 5, that is fine as well. So I am going to use that circle. Now they did use green, so I'm going to try to do a green one as well. Okay, and I'm going to make it kind of big, but not too big. That's a perfect size, I think, for me. I'm just gonna make it a little bit smaller, I think. All right, that looks perfect for me. And I am going to add the detail of putting some of those polka dots as well. This is optional, guys. This is optional. I'm just gonna add some different colors in there. Now remember, you guys can make it any way you want for this. I'm just gonna add one more color, I think. All right. So I added those details into my egg. You can make yours anyway. Now for the duplication thing, there is two ways of you guys being able to do that. You can just hit that duplication button. It's going to be able to multiply and do it each of them. That's the way that I'm going to do it that way. Okay. And I am going to make sure there is a total of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. All right. So guys, we are going to get straight to our codes right now. All right, so we did all our characters and you guys have that. Now we are going to be starting first with our bunny, okay? Bunny is also nano, so we're going to do nano first, okay? All right. So we're going to go on nano. Now the first one is going to be over here. It's going to be that when left arrow key press. That's going to be in our events, okay? Just make sure this is left, okay? When left arrow key pressed. I'm just gonna make that here, okay? Now guys, I am going to be using the back and forth motion of using our PowerPoint today, okay? Just know that we are using that. I'm gonna try to keep that chat open as well so I can see if you guys need help. All right, so once we have that left arrow, we are going to be doing that motion, point and direction 270. So it's going to be point and direction. We are going to change that to say 270. All right, okay. So guys, if it is switching to that -90, that is fine as well. The numbers is not just going to be able to go that high. All right. Once we have that, I am going to switch back over for a second, okay? It is going to be a move 15 steps. So I'm going to take a move and it's going to be changed to 15. Millie, I can't go to the motions. Millie, make sure it's in your character for bunny and it's not in your backdrops. So double check to make sure you are in your bunny, okay? All right. I'm going to just move this side to a side. I am going to go back to the next one, guys, in a minute. Just give me 1 second. I'm just going to adjust that. All right. So I'm going to do the one on the bottom. Now, the next one is going to be when right arrow key pressed. We are going to go to our events again. I'm going to place this underneath, and I am going to change this one to say right. We are going to be going again to our motions. I'm going to double check for a second. I'm going to double check what our point is. Okay, so it is going to be point and direction 90. Point and direction 90. We don't need to change anything. And again, it is going to be a move 15 steps. Double checking everybody looks okay. Perfect. All right. Once we have that, guys, oops, I see you chat. 1 second. It says, oh. It said 0. Let me double check. Somebody's saying it's saying 0. No, we're doing right, honey. We're not using the top one yet. We didn't get there, honey. How did you do those green ovals, guys? You have to draw those ovals in there, okay? And then you're going to duplicate that. That's okay, honey. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You were looking at the top one. I was just working down. That's not a problem. You did see that 0, so you weren't incorrect. All right. So we did the right one. Now we're going to do that up arrow, okay? So we are going to go to that events again. We are going to use this one. I'm just going to be using this one changed to say up arrow, okay? I'm doing another placement. Okay, don't worry about it. All right, once we have that up arrow, again, it's going to be point in direction 0 in our motions. So I'm going to change that to say 0. And I'm going to get another move. This is going to be move 15 steps. Now, guys, I'm going to try to make it a little bit smaller so you guys are able to see it a lot better, okay? And I am doing it the same placement as our PowerPoint, okay? So you're able to also see it the way that we are doing it correctly. All right. We did that up arrow. We are now going to do our down arrow. So we're going to go back to our events. We're going to hit that down arrow. We're also going to go again in that point and direction. I'm going to take that there, and we are going to change that number to say 180. I'm going to change that to say 180, and we're also going to take that move 15 steps. All right. Now that we have that move 15 steps, we only have one more, guys, on the bottom, okay? If you guys do want to screenshot and do those in between, that is fine as well, okay? We're going to do that space key pressed. All right. We're also going to have go to X and Y. Now our X is going to be a negative 217. Okay. And our Y is going to be a negative 14. Let me give you guys a minute just to look that over. Everybody looks like they're okay. Let me just see. There's one done already. Good, guys. If you're able to do that and do it really fast like that, that's super. All right. Oops. I don't want it to move like that. I'm going to just adjust that for a second, guys. All right. We are going to go do that wait until. Now that wait until is going to be in our control. Okay. And we are going to go next to our sensing. Now for the sensing one, it is going to be touching Bunny's friend. Okay. You're only going to be able to see those words happen if you were to rename that. Okay. If you didn't rename those characters in the beginning, you're going to run into that issue of not finding those words. Okay. Once we have that touching Bunny's friend, oops, I don't want it to move again. We are going to get that broadcast victory. Okay. Broadcast victory. I'm going to go to events. I'm going to use that broadcast message, and I'm going to write victory. And then I'm going to press OK. And I'm going to place that in that section. Okay, I do see a lot of hands. Just give me a second. Betul, yes.
You're putting repeat until, but it's supposed to be wait until.
It's going to be wait. Oh, yes, you are right. I'm going ahead of myself. Thank you, honey. Thank you for letting me know before. It is wait until. Wait until. Okay. Thank you. Okay, we have that wait. You guys all probably were going to answer that question. Okay. Let me just double check. Good. Wait until. Thank you, Betul, for finding that mistake. Bunny's friend now. Yeah, I was confused at first. Yes, uh-oh. You were saying uh-oh. I was doing it wrong. All right, guys. Bunny's friends is going to be your Pico, okay? Your Bunny's friend is Pico. All right. So once we have that, we are going to be switching over, guys, to the next one. We are going to be doing Ghoul. All right, so I am going to switch to Ghoul for a second. I'm going to go on here for a second. If you guys want to look at it over, I am going to do step by step. If you want to screenshot and do it, that's fine as well, okay? So the first one is going to be that when space key pressed. All right. I'm just going to make it bigger so you guys are able to see it. The next one is going to be point in direction 0, which is in your motion. I am going to change that up. All right, so we have that point in direction. The next one is going to be forever. Okay, And it is also going to be move 3 steps and if on edge. Move 3 steps. And also if on edge, bounce. Okay, if on edge, bounce. I'm just going to give you guys a second. You should be able to find those no problem, guys, on there. Super. Now for the next one, it is going to be an if then. Now for the if then placement, it is going to be touching that if on edge bounce, just so you guys have the right placement. The next one is going to be that touching bunny. In our sensing, touching bunny. Now guys, if you did not rename them, just make sure you're understanding what it's referring to in the code. Just make sure you're understanding that. The next one is going to be that play sound laughing male 2. So I'm going to go to my sounds. I do see somebody is asking a question. Just give me 1 second. You have your hand raised. Okay, Orhan, let me find you. You must be towards the bottom. Yes, you are on the bottom for me. Yes, Orhan.
So I was going ahead and there's no sound called laugh male 2. There's the only laughs are crazy laugh, crowd laugh, laugh 1, laugh 2, and laugh 3.
Okay, so choose, you know what? Choose any of them. Thank you for saying it. Yeah, mine, remember, like I said, my school version has a different version than you guys. So you can use any of the laughing ones that you want. But thank you, Orhan, for seeing that before going ahead, okay? So guys, for that, you can choose any of the laughing ones that you want. I'm going to use laugh 3 for mine. I don't even know what it sounds like, but I'm just going to use that laugh 3. And you are going to use the one until done, okay? Until done. Just make sure you're using that particular sound. Yes, you have a question? Yes.
If you want to know how they sound like, you could, if you go to choose a sound and click choose a sound, there's like this little play button, and if you hold it with the mouse, it shows you what it tells you what it says, like the electric fast. If like hold it with the mouse or like computer, like if you hold like the left side of it and like hold it, like press it down really hard, you could hear what it says.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I didn't want to do it. Sometimes when I'm doing it, I don't like to hear the sound until the end. But yes, if you want to test it out, thank you for giving that suggestion.
Okay.
All right. I'm just double checking, guys. I'm on here. Okay. You can use number 2, you can use number 1, or you can use number 3. It doesn't matter for the sounds. And the last one for that section is going to be that stop all button. It's going to be in that control and that stop all. Now for the placement, it is underneath that play sound, okay? Whoops. It's going to be that play sound. Okay. Can we use the one named Crazy Laugh? Yes, if you want to use that Crazy Laugh one, whatever sound, guys, for that, you can use whatever sound you want. So if you want to use that Crazy Laugh one, go for it. All right. So let me just give you guys a second. I'm just going to adjust my Zoom thing for a second. All right. Now for the next one, guys, we are going to be doing our eggs. Now, if you guys look at the top, it did say to duplicate at least 5 eggs, okay? Now remember, these codes are going to be placed into each of your eggs, okay? In order for your eggs to work properly. Now, I know if you guys did that rainbow one, that one's gonna be pretty cool if you did use different duplications of the eggs, or if you made it different, that part is gonna be pretty cool. All right, so I'm gonna do the first one. It's going to be when space key press. I'm gonna just pick one right now, and I'm gonna use that when space key pressed. Yes, every egg is going to be the same one, guys. I'm just gonna move this 1 second. Yes, each of them is gonna be the same. Orhan, I see your hand raised. Just give me a minute, okay? Next one is gonna be change color effect by. All right, we have that change color effect by. We are gonna pick random, guys. So I'm gonna go to my operators and use my pick random. Now your first pick random is going to be a 0, And your second pick random is going to be a 200. Okay, so 0 and a 200. Just double checking, guys, before I switch over to the next one. I'm just double checking to make sure everybody is okay and everybody looks like they are fine. Just, I see a chat. 1 second. Can you go to Pico to screenshot? Pico was, we didn't do Pico, guys. We didn't do Pico yet. Kat, we are going to be slowing down, honey. I'm going as slow as I can, okay? Aisha, I came in late. What are we doing? We are doing an enemy version game if you just came in, okay? All right. So once we have that, you are going to do set eggs to 0 in our variables, okay? Going here, making a variable, and it is going to be set eggs, okay? So you are going to do that variable eggs. All right, we're going to use that set eggs to, and it's going to be 0. Set eggs to 0. The next one we are going to need is that show button. It's going to be in our looks, and we're going to use that show. All right, once we have that show button, we are going to use that go to X and Y, and we're going to use 2 pick randoms. I'm going to use that go to X and Y, and I'm going to pick random for my first one, and I'm going to do my pick random for my second one. And I'm going to get the numbers for us right now. The first number is a -206 and a +206. All right. And for the last one, it is going to be a -157 and a +157. Those numbers were pretty easy to follow. We didn't have that much difficulties on those. All right. Once we have that, just checking on there, we are going to use the wait until. Okay, we are going to go in that control, wait until, and you're also going to make sure that it's in the sensing for touching bunny. So we're going to go to sensing, place that in there, hit that down option, and it's going to say touching bunny. All right, we have that touching bunny. The next one we need in looks is hide, okay? And there is one more. We're gonna do that change eggs by 1. So we're gonna go to that variables. We're gonna use that second one, change eggs by 1, okay? Now remember guys, this code is going to be for all of those eggs. So you're going to have to make sure you are putting that code in for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate it now, and I'm going to place it in my, right now I placed into my backdrop, which I don't want that to happen, okay? You want to make sure you are putting it in each egg, okay? So you're going to duplicate it, and it's going to go in your eggs. What you could do, I'm going to test something out for a second. I'm going to delete the ones that I have, and then I'm going to duplicate it like that. I'm going to see if you're able to do it that way. Yeah, because right now it is duplicating for each of my characters, and I don't want that to happen. Busra, yes.
Did we do anything in Pico yet?
No, we did not do Pico yet.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. Orhan, yes.
So this is what, so you shouldn't drag it over. This is what you should do. So you should delete all your eggs until you have 1 egg with the correct codes and duplicate it. Instead of duplicating
yes. You know what? Yes. Guys, you can do that. Thank you, Orhan, for saying that, because then it duplicates everything all at once. So perfect. Guys, so definitely do what Orhan just suggested. It is a lot easier doing it that way, guys. If you are deleting those eggs that you have and then placing it in that way, it is a lot easier, okay? It is a lot easier doing it that way. And it is going to have the code for each one. Thank you, Orhan, for saying that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? So yes, guys, it is a lot easier doing it that way. Now, if you guys do want to later on and do a rainbow effect, you are not going to be able to use that duplication option, okay? It is going to have to be done for each one. The only way it's going to be able to work if you want that duplication to work is if you are using that same material, meaning that if you use a green egg for that, and you want each of them to be the same, you are going to have to, you can use that duplication versus if you want to do it something different for each one, you're going to have to longhand and write each one of those, okay? The egg is here. Can I see the code? I came in late. I'm on the egg one. I can switch back to the other one so you're able to see that, okay? Sally, can you show the eggs again? Okay, so the egg is here, honey. You're able to see that. Okay, if you want me to, do you want me to show it on the PowerPoint view for a second, guys? Orhan, yes.
Can you show me the Pico PowerPoint so I can screenshot it and do it already?
Just, Orhan, just give me a second. Let me get for the students that just came in, and I will switch that over in a second, okay?
Okay.
All right. So for the students that just came in, this is the egg one, okay? I'm on the egg one now. I'm just gonna give you guys a minute to readjust everything. For the students that are moving pretty quick and you're able to do this on your own, really great job. Super that you're able to do that, okay? Now we did do a code, guys. We did do bunny so far in Ghoul. The only one that we have left is going to be Pico, okay? And then it's going to be done and complete. So I'm just gonna give you guys, for the students for a minute, just to look that over. If you need the other ones from the beginning, let me know. All right. Now guys, this is Pico. Pico is very, very tiny. So for the students that wanna start working on that, you can, because we're gonna do that right now. Now for the first one for our Pico, it's gonna be when I receive victory, okay? When I receive victory. Going to be in events, okay? And you're gonna be when I receive victory, all right? The next one is gonna be a techno music and another techno music. Now, if you wanna use a different sound for that, guys, you're more than welcome to do that, okay? Now I'm gonna go to my sounds for this. I am going to go on the top. I am going to get rid of that pop sound. And I am going to find techno. Okay, techno 1, and I'm also going to select techno 2, okay, because it is asking us for 2 musics. All right, make sure you're including both of those in your code. Now, they did want us to use that until done. So you're going to do an until done 1, and then you're going to do another 1. Okay, techno 1 and techno 2. Now the last one is going to be stop all. The last one is stop all. Now let's see if I hit up. Okay, so it is able to go up, it is able to go down, it is able to go left, and it is able to go right. I wish I could send them the PowerPoint. I wish I was able to do that. All right. So guys, your game should be working properly now. At the space bar, when you do hit that space bar, it is going to have that man laughing, okay? Also, my character for Nano, let me see, for Nano, that bunny option is able to move up and down and left and right. Now I am, the eggs are able to change. Now I am seeing that rainbow effect happen, but for the eggs, let me read that. Let me look that over for a second. Now, when it is touching, when I receive victory. Okay, if you're not able to find that when I receive victory, you're gonna have to type that word victory in by your variables. I'm gonna go on to Pico, yes. Okay, if you are controlling Nano, not the bunny, okay? Nano is that character, okay? Yes, it's supposed to be that way. Nano is your main character. Remember that. Nano is your bunny, okay? All right, guys. So I am going right now to save my project. Now, if you were missing some of this, if you need me to go towards the end of class, I can come back so you are able to see those codes. I do have one more question. Let me just answer that, and then we are going to move to the next project. This one, you guys, I'm going to save this as Bunny Trouble, okay? If you want to name it as anything as you guys want, you're more than welcome to do that. So Bunny Trouble. Boosra, yes.
Is it okay if I name it Easter Egg Catch?
Absolutely. You're more than welcome to do that. Yep.
Or stop.
Yes, you can do it that way. So guys, I'm just giving, now I know somebody just asked me to put Pico on here. I'm just going to give you a second to look this one over. If you guys need me to go back to this, you're more than welcome as well. Ask me towards the end of class that I can go back to if you missed any of the codes, okay? So I'm just going to give you a couple seconds just to look that over, and then I'm going to move to the next project. Now for the next project, guys, it is going to be an animated tree. I have never done this project, so this project is going to be something that we're going to be learning together, okay? Together. So I'm not sure 100% how it's going to be turning out, but as long as we're following the codes correctly, we shouldn't run into a problem, okay? I'm just going to give you guys a second. All right. So I am going to go to a file new for this. Okay. I am going to be switching over, guys, for the PowerPoint for a second. If you guys just give me a minute so I'm able to include that other one in this project for us. Okay. We just did this one, so I'm going to include this one as well. So just give me a second just to open that PowerPoint for us. All right, so hopefully everything is going to be working with us. All right, so this project is going to be an animation project, okay? So it is going to be an animation project. Like I said, I have never done this project before. This is one of those things. I was looking at my school files and I was able to come across this project. So it's going to be something new that we're going to be doing together. All right. So the first thing that we need to do is, it says we do not need any sprites, okay? Just hit the paintbrush twice next to the sprites from the library and we're gonna start our program, okay? So hopefully, let me see if I'm able to, guys, if I'm able to get rid of this. Unfortunately, I can't, okay. So I'm going to have to switch back and forth. So you guys are going to have to give me a few seconds just so I'm able to do that back and forth motion, okay? So just give me some time on that. So it did say to hit that paintbrush twice, all right? So I hit it once and I did hit it twice. Right now we have nothing there, guys. It just said that we need to include those two things, okay? We're going to be hitting a sprite number 1 and a sprite number 2. All right, so this one is so far easy to follow along. All right, so it looks like, okay. So this is what the finishing touch is going to look like if it is done correctly. It's going to look something like this. Now, like I said, I've never done this before, okay? So first we're going to do our sprite number 1, and then we are going to be doing our sprite number 2. So this is the first code that we are going to be doing. I'm going to just give you guys a second just to make sure. If you are screenshotting the code, that is fine. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing it nice and slow. So the first one is going to be a when clicked for sprite number 1, okay? So make sure you are on sprite number 1. So I'm going to go to that when clicked. Now, guys, if you're running into an issue, please use that chat option, okay, to let me know, because I do have to be switching back and forth for this one as well. I do not have that PowerPoint in front of me. The next one is going to be clear. Now, to find that clear button, guys, it should be, let me see. It is going to be to make a pen option. But remember, it is going to be that option where it's going to be erase all, okay? So you are going to be using that pen option towards the bottom where we're going to be adding an extension. You're not going to find that option. I don't believe there is, unless we look into another area where you're going to see that word clear. So I believe we're going to be using that option. You cannot find sprite number 1 or 2. Millie, and you are going to be using that paintbrush option on the bottom. You're just going to hit it once and then you're going to hit it again. You're going to be able to see that, okay? There's nothing in them. It's blank and it's blank. Okay, you're not going to find those unless you put those in there. Now, guys, for that one, we are using that erase all option. All right. For the next one, it is going to be go to X and Y. In our motions, go to X and Y. Now, your X is going to be 0, and your Y is going to be a negative 180. So X, 0, negative 180 is your Y. All right. So far, everybody is good. Super. You're able to follow along. Perfect. All right. So that go to X and Y. And the next one is going to be in point and direction 0. So we're going to use that point and direction, and we are going to be switching that to say 0. Point and direction 0. See, there is a chat on there. Can't see sprint number 1 or 2, guys. For that sprite number 1 and number 2, okay, your sprite number 1 and number 2, it is a blank box. There is nothing there, honey. There's nothing there. Both of them, remember the PowerPoint told us, it's just to enter those 2 things as nothing there, okay? All right, guys. So I just did that go to X and Y and that point and direction. Now the next one is going to be in our variables. It's going to be set size to 15. Okay, so I'm going to go to my variables. I am going to write that word size, and I am going to use the first one that says set my variable. I'm going to change it to say size, and I am going to change it to 15. So it is going to be set size to 15. All right. Now that we have that set size to 15, I don't want to move it. I'm just going to keep it here so you guys are able to see it. All right. We're also going to do another variable that we're going to just put that letter N for this one. Okay, so make a variable. It is a lowercase n, so I'm also going to make it lowercase for that. I'm going to use that first one, change that to say N, and I know the second one said size, so I'm just going to take that word size and place it in that second box. Okay, so it's going to be set N to size. And you're going to make sure you include that word size in there. All right. For the next one, it is going to be a repeat option. I'm going to go to that control, and I'm going to do that repeat. Now, it is just a repeat button. You do not need repeat until. So I have just repeat. We're also going to need an operators of that equal symbol and also that variable N. So I'm just going to go to operators first. Whoops, sorry guys. We're going to go to that operators first, okay? I'm going to find that equal symbol. And if you guys saw, we're also going to be changing that 0 at the end and a letter N. So I'm just going to go to my variables. I'm going to find that N, place that. Oops. I don't want to place it to make sure that it fits it all in there. I'm going to change that one to 0, and then I'm going to place it back inside. Okay, so make sure you have that N, make sure you have that operators, and also make sure that you have that 0. All right, guys. So we have that repeat N to 0. Now the next one is going to be that set pen to pen color. Okay, so we are going to go to that pen section. Now it's going to be set pen color 2. Now the color that they have it is, I'm going to just go back guys for a second so you're able to see. We're going to try to see if we're able to match that color. It is a pink color, okay? Now mine is already showing a pink color. It is showing a different shade color. I'm going to try to see if I'm able to match that color in there. It is more of like a purple type of color. Okay. I tried my best to match that color directly, just like the PowerPoint one, okay? Try to see if you're able to get that shade as much as you could. What I did was I did go towards that pink color, then go towards that purple color to find that color to match it, okay? So try to see if you're able to match that color as best as you can. All right. So now I have that set pen color. The next one is going to be change pen size by. Now it is going to say change pen color by, and it's going to have a number. We are going to be putting the letter N with that option, okay? So we are going to go to that variables. We're going to take that 10 and replace it with that N. All right. So I'm just double checking, guys, to make sure my code was correct, that I did use the right one. It's going to be change pen size by. I just want to check it. Change pen. Oh, there is not change. Yeah, it should say, guys, let me double check, change pen size by. Okay. You know what I'm going to do, guys? I am going to use that change pen size. There is that option. I used the wrong one. You should be using that, not the one that I just did. It should say change pen size by, okay? So you do want to make sure. Thank you, Ahmed. I did, now I understand what you're saying. It's not change pen color. Thank you, VLDN. I just saw that. I did see that I made that mistake and I was able to fix that. So thank you for noticing that. Okay, change pen size by. I didn't realize there was that option. I thought there was going to be that option where I was going to be able to click it, but perfect. Thank you for noticing that mistake. Now for the next one, it is going to be that pen down. We're going to take that and place it underneath. Good, guys. Good that you have those that you're looking as well, okay? For me, switching back and forth and you're able to see that. Super that you were able to fix that issue. Now we're also going to need that move 10 steps. And also a turn down. So you can get both of those. So I'm going to go to motion. I am going to use that move 10 steps. Now I'm going to try, guys. I'm going to move this up so you're able to see it. Okay. And I'm also going to use that turn down option as well for mine. Okay. Now we are going to be picking a pick random. So I am going to go to that operators and I'm going to pick that pick random. Now for the pick random numbers, it is a -15 and a +15. So a -15 and a +15. Okay. So I'm going to try to make it a little bit smaller, guys, so you're able to see everything if you are trying to catch up with those. Okay. But you should be able to find those with no problem. Okay. All right. So once we have that pick random, we are going to use that pen up option in our pens. Okay. And for the last one, it is going to be that change N by -1. I'm going to go to my variables. I'm going to hit that letter N for it, and I am going to change that to a -1. Okay, and you're going to place that there. Now that was for the first one, guys. I am going to go back to the PowerPoint view in a second. So you are able to double check to make sure that we did not do any mistakes, nor did you guys made any mistakes, okay? So I am going to go there right now so you are able to check that out. Okay. So I'm just going to give you a minute just to look that over. All right, because there is going to be sprite number 2 that we are going to be working with in a second. So I'm just going to give you a minute to look that over. All right, everybody looks like they're fine. Super. Now, like I said, I've never done this project before, so I'm not sure what the outcome is going to look like. All right, so I am going to be switching to the next one now, guys. Now, this is sprite number 2. And sprite number, okay, so sprite number 2 is going to have that most work for us. So if you guys are taking a look at this for a second, I am going to continue. So remember, you are clicking on the sprite number 2 for this one. So the first one is when I start as a clone. When I start as a clone. So I'm going to find that option, when I start as a clone in my control. Okay, I'm going to make this as big as I can, guys, so you're able to see everything. The next one is go to X and Y. Now, I believe the first one was 0, and the second one was a -180. Okay. -180. Okay. The next one is going to be that point and direction. I just got to remember what to change it to. Okay. So it's point and direction 0. Point and direction. And we are going to change that to say 0. I'm going to make it as big as I could, guys, so you're able to see that. All right, point and direction. Now for the next one, it's going to be set size to. We're going to go to that variables. We're going to change it to say 0. Okay, set size. We change that up. Now we also are going to need a pick random. Now the first one is going to be a 10 and the second one is going to be a 30. Okay, a 10 and a 30. I'm just double checking. Everybody looks good. Super. All right, 10 and a 30. The next one is going to be that set n to size. Now we are going to be going to our variables for this. Now for this, guys, it is going to be changed to set n. And we're also going to use that word size and you're going to place it for that 0. Okay, you're going to place it with your 0. Set n to size. Now from there, it is going to be a repeat until. Repeat until. Now for this one, you are going to be needing a couple of things. We are going to go to our operators and use that equal symbol. Okay. And we're also going to need that letter N in our variables. You're also going to have to change that number to 0, okay? So that after that equal symbol, it is going to be a 0. So you do want to make sure that you are changing that as well. Now from there is going to be a set pen color 2, okay? Set pen color 2. And we're also going to need a pick random. So we're going to go to that operators and we're going to use that pick random. I'm going to place that in there, guys. I am going to make it a little bit smaller so you are seeing it all together. Now for the pick random, it is going to be a 1 and a 200. 1 and a 200. Everybody looks good. Super. I'm glad that you guys were able to do this, no problem. It looks like we're having no issues so far. All right. Once we have that 1 and 200, the next one is going to be set pen shade 2. Now, do I see anything? Set pen shade. Okay. Now, guys, for this, there is nothing that has that set pen color 2. Let me see if there is anything. I'm not seeing that word shade for this one. Okay. Has anybody got up to that part on there? Now, what you could do for that option, see, there is, let me just double check. I'm going to read that code again. Okay. It says set pen shade 2. Okay. So you're going to have to use that set pen shade. Now, what you could do is if you want it to be a little bit brightness, you can change that one to say brightness, or you can choose a different one of those selections that are there. Shade is not an option for us to be able to change it. Okay. So what you could do now, I'm not sure if this is going to actually work. You could maybe actually go to a variable and write the word shade and replace it and put in there. I'm just going to keep mine as set pen brightness 2. And then I'm going to find that number that it's going to go ask for us to pick random. Okay. So I'm going to use that pick random for mine. Okay. I'm just going to keep it as brightness for mine. If you guys want to change it and maybe put a variable and add that word shade there, you could probably do that and it should be able to work. I've not, like I said, I've never done this one, so I'm not 100% sure. Now for the pick random, it is going to be a 1 and 100. A 1 and 100. I'm just going to keep it as a brightness for mine. For the next one, it's going to be a set pen size 2. Okay, set pen size 2. Now it is going to ask you to put that variable n as well. So you are going to use that variable n to replace that 1. Okay, so we have that set pen size 2. Once we do that, we are going to use that pen down option. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller and move it up, guys, so you are able to see everything. Pen down. Next one is going to be a move and also a pick random. So it's going to be a move and also a pick random. Okay, so it is a move, pick random. Now for the pick random, it is going to be a 10 and a 20. 10 and a 20. You're going to take that and you're going to place that underneath. Just double checking everybody looks like they're okay. Super. All right, so 10 and 20 for our pick random. Now for the next one, guys, it is going to be a little bit tricky on this part. The first thing we need to do is we do need that turn down degrees. I'm going to go to my motion. I'm going to use that turn down degrees. Now there is a lot of things that we need to place with this one. It is going to be a pick random, okay? It is going to also be, but the first thing that we need to do is we are going to find that option where that star is. So I'm going to go to my operators right now. There is going to be an option where it's going to have this little weird star. I'm going to make it bigger so you guys are able to see what that star is. I'm going to place that first because that is one of the options that we are going to need. Okay, so that little weird star. Okay, oops, I don't want it to move it, guys. I'm going to move it over. Sorry, guys. All right, so I'm going to go back. Now we're also going to need a pick random. Okay, so I'm going to take that pick random and place it in the first one because we're going to need it in that one. I'm going to move it over, guys, so you're already able to see it. Now for the second one, guys, there is a lot of extra things that we are going to need to include for this one. It is going to be an minus and also an, it's going to be a slanted line. So we're going to be looking for those. I'm going to be looking for those now. So it's going to be a minus symbol and that line. So I'm going to look for that line first. Okay. I'm going to place that in there. And I'm also going to find that minus symbol. Okay. Now for that minus symbol, I'm just going to go check if it's going to be in the first spot or if it is going to be in the second spot. So just give me 1 second to double check where that is going to be placed. Okay, so the minus sign is the first box when we are placing that. Okay, so I'm going to place that in the first box. Super. Now there was a lot of things in there. Now I'm just going to change those numbers around once I have all those placements in there. Okay. So now for the numbers, oops, I don't want that to be moving. I'm going to move that there. Okay, the first one is going to be the size. Okay, well, the pick randoms I'll do first. I'm going to change that -90 and a +90. So -90 and a +90. I see you guys are asking for the chat. Hold on. VLDN. Okay. Now, which part do you not understand? All the ones that we just placed in there, honey? What part? Just explain to me what you need. Because there was a lot of different parts that we included in there. Okay, so VLDN, the last part. Okay, so VLDN. So basically what you're going to need for this, it's going to have, I'm going to try to make it as big as I can. There is a star, okay? So you are going to be using that star option. You're also going to need a pick random. You're also going to need this slanted line and also a minus sign. So you're going to be placing a lot of different pieces in there throughout your code, okay? So just make sure you have that little plus, that little star. You're going to be placing that pick random in that first part. You're also going to use that slanted line and also a minus symbol that's going to be in the first box, okay? Hopefully that you're able to understand that. Now we are going to need 2 words that are size and also an N. Okay, so I'm going to find those pieces now. So I am going to go back to my variables. I'm going to find that word size, place it here. My size, place it here. And also I think it was an N. Yes. Okay, so I'm also going to take that N. Now first one is going to be that size. The second one is going to be that N, and that last one is going to be that word size. All right, so I'm going to explain this last part, guys, that you were having that problem. So from the motion, you are going to use that down option, okay? Now, guys, I'm just repeating this, so you do not need 2 of these. I'm just going to repeat this step, okay? You have that turn down. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go to operators. You're going to use the one at the top. It's going to have this weird looking star. Okay. You're going to place that in there. I'm going to make it bigger, guys, so you are able to see it. Okay. You're going to have that placing of that little star. You're also going to take a pick random, place it in that first box. Okay. Once you have that, we're going to go into this second box here. We are going to be needing this weird slanted line. You're going to place that there. Okay. And you're going to also need that minus symbol, and you're going to place it in that first box. Okay. So basically what I did right now is I showed you everything that you guys needed for that in order for you to get that size option and that N and that size for you guys to be able to show that. Nylon, do you need, what part of the PowerPoint do you need, honey? Do you need from the last one or from the first step that you did? Nylon, just write to me in the chat. Just let me know what part you need. Okay. So guys, from that last step that we just did, I am going to continue. Let me just go see where I stopped for a minute. Okay. The next one that we're going to need is that pen up. Okay. So we're going to need that pen up option. You're going to place that underneath that turn option. All right. All right, guys. So from that pen up, we are going to use that change option. So we are going to go back to our variables for this. It is going to be change N by -1. So I'm going to use that change. I'm going to hit that N, and I am going to change that to say -1. Okay. You're going to take that and you're going to put that underneath that pen up. All right. So once we have that, we are going to need create clone of myself. Now for the placement, I believe it's not touching that change. Yes. Okay. So it is going to go underneath, guys. It is going to go underneath. I'm going to move this up a little bit so you are able to see. All right. I'm just double checking to see everybody looks like they're fine. Super. Okay. Once we have that change clone of myself, we are going to go back to set pen color 2. Set pen color 2. Okay, set pen color 2. And it is also going to need a pick random. It's going to be here. Now, the pick random first is going to be a 1. The second number is going to be 100. Guys, I'm going to try to make it a little bit bigger so you are able to see it. Good. Belma, good. Amir, good that you were able to finish it. Now, guys, if you finish that, make sure, oh, I tried it and it was good. Super. Make sure you also got that second part. Did you get the code for the second page? The one that I showed Nylon before? Yes. Okay, super. Done. Super good, guys. Awesome. I'm proud of you guys. All right. So we have that pick random. I'm going to finish this, guys. Just make sure you have that second part and that it was able to work. All right. Now, okay, there we go. For a minute, I saw a message on the bottom and I wasn't able to read. Now, the next one is set pen size 2. Set pen size by, okay, here we go. Set pen size 2. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, guys, on there. Good for the students that were able to get it done and complete. I'm proud of you. I am going to pick that pick random. The first one is 5 and the second one is 20. So pick random 5 and 20. Super. 5 and 20. I'm double checking. Everybody looks good. Okay. I think I did that pick random. The next one is pen down. Yes. All right. We're going to need that pen down, guys, for the next one, if you are following along with me. All right, guys. So from that pen down, there is only 2 more on there. For the students that were able to get it done and complete, I'm very good. Super. Okay. After pen down, I'm just waiting because there is a message that's covering mine. It says, okay, it's going to be move 3 steps is for the next one. Move 3 steps. We're going to go to motion. We're going to use that move 3 steps. We're going to move it down, guys. I see there's a chat. Hold on. Give me a minute. Let me just do that last one, okay? The last one is pen up. Pen up. All right, so the last part, guys, this is a continuation for our sprite. All right, so the next one is that when flag click, and remember, this is still for your sprite number 2, okay? When flag clicks, you're also going to need a clear option. Remember, it's going to be that erase all option. And the last one was going to be that create clone of myself. Create clone of myself. Okay, and that one is done and complete. I'm going to answer your questions now, guys, okay? Yes.
So when you check yours, can I show you what mine does?
Absolutely, yes. I'm going to try mine out right now, okay? And then you can tell me what yours is doing after, okay?
Or can I?
Wait, I'm sorry, I cut you off. Yes, go ahead.
Then when you're done like showing what yours does, can I show you what mine does? It just does like a weird blobby thing.
It's doing like, let's see if mine's doing the same thing. We'll see if it is. Remember, I'm not going to do any shared screens today, but on Friday, if you want to show me that project, you can.
Okay.
But you're not going to be able to show me something else. Okay, so you're only going to be able to choose one. Okay. All right. Orhan, just give me a second. Yes, Orhan, what is going on?
So like mine is like, I think all the students have the same. Mine is just forming a weird blob at the bottom of the screen. That's all.
That's the only thing it's doing. All right, I'm gonna try mine out, guys. This is what it should happen, guys. It should be making a tree. This is what yours should be doing. Yes, this is what it should be doing.
Mine is not doing anything like that.
Okay, so then you did not do something correct. Some of your codes are incorrect. If yours is not doing this, guys, that means you got to double check your codes again. Because this is what should happen.
Like it has like that rainbow effect, but it's not in the shape of a tree. It's like the shape of something. I don't know what it looks like. It's just random.
It's just random stuff. Yeah, because it should be making a tree like this and going all over the place like this to make it look like.
Mine is going all over the place, but it's not looking like tree. It's just a weird blob at the bottom of the screen that
so
keeps
Orhan,
growing and growing.
Okay, so my suggestion to you, Orhan, is double check your codes, okay? Make sure everything is kind of looking correct, okay? Then what I would do is I would kind of use that red option, okay, that red little circle up on the top, give it some time, then go back to allowing it again to try to reset it and see if it's able to work, okay?
Like I do.
All right, Orhan, try to see if you're able to fix it. If you're still having an issue, please let me know, okay? Let me answer your guys' questions. Guys, if you have any questions, ask now, okay, before our class ends. Yes.
My tree makes a weird bush with like
Is it making it towards the bottom? Is that what you're having the issue?
Yeah, and it's like going all over. I could like see some, like I could see some circles, but it's still like, it's shading itself like some different shades of blue.
Somebody else was saying that too. Somebody else was having that same issue. So my suggestion to you is double check your codes to make sure everything is done correctly. Are you happy with that, the way it's going that way? Or you want it to, okay, you are happy. Because otherwise I was gonna say, you can always redo it by just making another one once you have those codes. But if you're happy with it, then no, not a problem, okay. So guys, if there is any other questions that you guys need, please, please, please ask me now before we do end our session on here, okay? All right, guys. So I am almost going to get ready to end our session for today. If there is any other questions, guys, please, please, please ask now. Ahmed, I do see your hand, so let me answer your question now, okay? Yes, Ahmed.
Can I take a picture of Sprite 1?
Absolutely. Let me get there right now for you, okay? Here you go, honey. Okay, guys. So I am going to do our stop shared screen. If you need me to go back to this PowerPoint tomorrow, please, please, please let me know. But please also remember to save your project, okay? Please make sure. because we are going to be ending our session right now. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. And we only have 2 more days. Okay. Bye, guys.